All right. Hi, everyone. It is me, Sailor Moon, Serena here, doing a YouTube live stream. Well, I don't do YouTube live streams all the time. Like when I get in the mood, I do them because you got to have a lot of time to do them. Since they're not like they're not like they're not like a upload, or a film where you can do them and that's it. Hi, for someone new who came on. So you got to put time aside. It's not like an upload where you can just, make it in a little time and then get it up there. So, anyway, the first things I want to talk about is that what I feel about when it comes to the Sailor Moon followership on YouTube. I believe, and this is just my belief, I got no truth to back it up, is that I think that there are folks like me, like there's ranks, or classes, or whatever you want to call them, like the top of the Sailor Moon, the Sailor Moon followership is the doll gatherers, the ones that got every Sailor Moon thing ever made from Bandai, Irwin, you name it, they got it. They're the ones that they're all mates, you know, so that's how they can afford to get all their Sailor Moon stuff, you know. But they never play with any of the stuff they get. Oh, they wear the clothes, they wear the shirts and the hats and the caps, and they wear the longs and they wear all the other things. But they don't play with the toys. Oh, they might show them off. Like, here's my room and here's my toys. That's it. Or my dolls. But they don't play with them. They don't show the dolls the same kind of love that, folks like we do. And then there's another class or rank underneath them. These are the cosplayers or the show players or the self players or the clothing players or whatever you want to call them. Folks who, hello, thank you for saying that. You love my dolls. Anyway, the next class are the show players, the ones that clothe themselves as the self they're playing as. And they're the next rank or the next class. And they tend to take their craft truly earnest. Now, I'm not saying they're skilled or anything, like they're not like it's not their work, but they do take it earnest. And then underneath them are the ones that play with the dolls, as haters like to say. And those tend to be the two ranks that tend to keep up with that's the third class in the Sailor Moon followership. The ones who play with the dolls. The ones who show play with the dolls. And they seem to be the bottom class of the Sailor Moon followership, at least on YouTube. And each class tends to keep to themselves. Each one tends to only seems to be friends or seems to be kin with or somehow with them. Hi, thank you. Hello. Hello there. Hello, Sailor Moon. I'm saying hello to myself. There's a follower on YouTube who goes by Sailor Moon. I don't know if he or she. He or she got Sailor Moon dolls or whatever you want to call them yesterday. So what I was getting into is that those classes on the Sailor Moon followership on YouTube tend to keep away from each other. They don't overlap, Let's read some comments. I got here. Hi. I love your dolls. Hello, Dare. Oh my god, it's Sailor Moon. Word taken to off. No way. Miss whoever, I don't know. And in fresh, hello, everyone. Hi, everyone. So, let's talk about one little thing that a lot of folks ask. Was there anyone on YouTube doing things I did before Dwayne offshooted me? The truth was, no. Before Sailor Moon Red and Sailor Moon Red 1 or Sailor Moon's Best 1 or Sailor Moon's Best 2 or Sailor Moon Tube or Sailor Moon YouTube, misspelled a U, or Sailor Red 1234, or Sailor Moon Tube 11, which became Sailor Moon for Life, there wasn't anyone doing it with the dolls. Oh, you had your Marios and your Sonics and your SpongeBobs. You had all them with the dolls, but you didn't have Sailor Moon. And it wasn't until years later with folks like Sailor Moon Jacob or other folks on YouTube, like I guess Warrior or Fighter Tina, whoever her name is. But they all seem to do them with the squeeze dolls. But, I mean, but before them, there wasn't anyone. Like before, I was the first one to do it with Sailor Moon, before anyone else. You know? Everyone's doing great. So, here's another thing that always comes up with Sailor Moon followers, is they don't know what to call me. You got Sailor Moon followers who, they like the Viz work, they like the Toei work. So in their mind, they see me as Usagi. But I'm telling you, that's my nickname, that's my middle name. My first name is Serena. Now, a lot of these folks don't like the Deke or Cloverway work. So in their mind, anything that has to do with it, they either do a blind eye to it. They're like, oh, did you say your name was Serena? Well, I didn't hear that. We'll just call you Usagi instead. Well, in the Deke and Cloverway world that I live in, that's my name. It's not Usagi. Sorry. In the Deke world and the Cloverway world, my name's Serena. Now, if you're talking about the Toei world or the Viz world, then my name is Usagi. But that's someone else from another world. This is all about the Deke world, the Cloverway world. Usagi is my middle name in that world. Well, if you stop to think of it, I got many nicknames. I got nicknames and I got a middle name. In the Deke world, or the Cloverway world, my name was Serena Campbell. Just called Serena Sakina. Or, if you want to say my full name, Serena Usagi Sakino. There, it's my middle name in the Deke and Cloverway world. If we go into Tune Makers, then my real name would have been Rebecca. What else do we got here? Everyone's doing all right. Hi, my name is Robert. Did you say? Okay, no, I'm not going with that. I'm not even going to say that. Yeah, I'm not going to say that. Someone on my live stream said something, and I'm just not going to say it. So anyway, that might knock me back to 5 folks on there. It is what it is. And I know someone out there is going to say, oh, well, Sailor Moon, you should have someone oversee your shout-out box. Well, they might not know what to look for. So I do it myself. I like the Deke and Cloverway over the Viz. That's my thought. Well, thank you for saying that, because so many Sailor Moon followers, Usagi, if you're don't notice, but a lot of folks hate the Deke and Cloverway work. I mean, there are a lot of folks that do love it, but there are those who hate it. And they bitch about it all the time. Me and you hear it all the time. Oh, the show playing. I don't like how they spoke. I don't like how they spoke for them. Oh, I don't like how their names were shifted from the Dawnlandish borrowed names to either Hellenian or French or Hebrew or Farsi or French or Latin borrowed names. Oh, I don't like it that they I don't like it that they shift the song around or shifted the strike names or the stead names. Oh, I think I don't like how they made Zoisite a woman or Fisheye a woman. Well, first off, here's where I always talk about this, and I gotta watch what I say. Because there's always going to be someone out there that's going to shift your words around and make you come out like you're bad or something. It says, I'm not enough of a follower on likenesses, but I grew up with the Deke and the Cloverway work. Well, I never said you couldn't scave it, all right? If you want to scave it, go ahead. I never said that my work, my Cloverway, my Deke or Cloverway work was unscavable. It is. If you want to scave it, go ahead. It's your own business. I'm not going to tell you what you can bitch about or what to rant about. That's your own business. If you didn't like it, you didn't like it. It is what it is. But anyway, a lot of folks will say, well, why did Zoisite have to be a woman? Because a lot of folks didn't like it. A lot of folks felt that it was wrong for anyone who was unstraight to be on the Farseer or the wireless. So if you had someone who was playing someone who was unstraight in a film or a show or a play, some folks would get mad and say it was bad when it's not. Now, if you did it in a live drawing show, which was for children, and the settled land and the wanted rights, you were going to open up a can of worms. So Deacon Cloverway had to do things so they wouldn't be opening up the can of worms with the folks out there that would get irked over it. It's not like how it is now where most folks don't care anymore. Most folks are more open-minded and there's a trust about it. But there were still some folks out there that, they didn't want to get into that whole thing over that. Only I think Fisheye was a woman. Fisheye or Fish's Eye or whatever you want to call her was a woman in every offshoot. I can't seek any truth to say she wasn't. And as far as Sailor Uranus and Sailor Neptune, Michelle and Mara Michelle, yeah, and every other offshoot of Sailor Moon, they were unstraight lovers, whatever they were. And the Deke in the Cloverway world, they were near kin, grew up together, had a close kinship, but everyone knew what they were. But Cloverway was going to be in the same bind that Deke would have been in if they didn't do something. It says Serena Usagi, it's like 9 years ago with the Viz work, which was over the Deke and Cloverway, would sound like she's 4 between. Oh, yeah, you're right. I was born between 92, YL. So that would have made me 4 between years old at that time. So you and me were born around the same time. Give or take, our names were shifted around. So yeah, Tracy Moore, Terry Hanks, and Lena Bellatime were the ones who did the speaking for me in the Deke and Cloverway work. Whoever does it for the Viz work makes me tone like a 4 between year old girl, which I was when the show started. So that would make me and you about 44 years old. Yes. Two worlds right beside each other with two women who became Sailor Moon, who are fighting, well, same kind of foes, got the same kind of friends, but some of the things they say and do aren't the same. Mostly what they say is not the same. It said, but I grew up on the Deke and Cloverway work. Yeah, so did many other folks out there grew up on it. All the folks who, hate, bitch, and scave the Deke and Cloverway work these days were the ones that grew up on it. The ones that, happened to see it when it was on UPN or WB or Fox, or happened to see it when it was on USA or Cartoon. The folks that give so much onlook to the Viz work these days. Now, I'm going to, yeah. So it says, yeah, good. Someone's saying I don't understand what someone's saying at all after this, but what? Yeah. It goes, Sailor Moon is pretty, someone goes, I recall Sailor Moon showing up on Showtime, which was watched it, and then it was on. I never knew my show was on there. I always knew when my show got picked up in the English-speaking world, it was WB, it was UPN, WB, Fox, USA, and Cartoon, and the Wanted Rights. YTV in a settled land. So I don't know if it got on anywhere else. It may have been on ABC, may on the CBS or NBC. It said, who wrapped up in the scene? It said, I glad you liked the show. Yeah, well, I'm glad I liked my show too. You know, I heard you got your Sailor Moon dolls Monday, or Alone Day, since Mun is a Greek or Hellenic borrowed word. So I guess you're going to start doing something like I do. Now, keep in mind, it says someone else wrote down, oh, and it's a truth that Usagi and I are birthday in true life. Well, there are a lot of folks in this world who share June 30th as a birthday with many other folks. So, yeah, if you were born on the same day that I was born, then great for you. I'm glad to hear that your birthday and my birthday was on the same day. You know? Oh, I forget that. What, my birthday was June 30th? Well, keep in mind I only talk about it once. It only comes up, in the third following a Sailor Moon Super or Sailor Moon Over. And it never comes up again. Like, that's it. And I think I go on to have about 4 followings, or 5 if you count the Viz work. But it doesn't come up anymore. So it says, speaking of cats, I wonder where Luna is. The small, oh, you want me to bring in Luna, don't you? You want me to bring her in. Well, your Luna and my Luna are the same. The only unlikeness is that between your Luna and my Luna is that my Luna seems to be more like Alfred Hayes and from WWE. Or Nigel McGuinness, or Kevin Patrick. Your Luna tends to be, I don't know, not much of unlikeness between your Luna and my Luna, is there? Well, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, Serena, or Sailor Moon. The only unlikeness between Usagi's Luna and your Luna is that there's no unlikeness because we both got irked over you in every stuff you did. The only unlikeness between me and her is that we're both blue or we're black, and we had to deal with, and we had the same stuff happen. I wish there was an unlikeness between my Luna and your Luna. I wouldn't want to trade her anyway, because I think your Luna wouldn't like me, and my Luna wouldn't like you. What are you talking about, me not bloody liking you? Oh, yeah. Like we didn't forget about all the times you told me what to do, what to say, how to behave. Yeah, well, that's what I had to do for you. And when I first met you, you were a 4-between-year-old girl who all you wanted to do was be lazy, eat, sleep, read funny books, play film games, and the truth is I wanted to be like everyone else. I didn't want to wake up one morning in September 11th, 92 YL, and then learn that God chose me to be Sailor Moon. Oh, I grew into it. I grew up. I chose to be Sailor Moon. I trusted it. I took it on. And I'm not so much like I was anymore. Oh, I'm still a ditz and a klutz and a sob baby sometimes, not all the time. Not all the time. That's true. You have shifted from the last many years. I mean, you took on other foes. Yeah, we had to deal with Lucifer. We had to deal with, Queen Pharaoh, Lord Zen, Rita Repulsa. We had to deal with, we had to deal with what? Wolfman Heart. Then we had to deal with chaos or madness again. Now we're dealing with someone calling himself Queen Margaret. Um, No, no, no. No need to say you're sorry, Usagi or Sailor Moon. You didn't do anything wrong. If anyone needs to say they're sorry, it's about Sailor Moon, about Serena here saying that. What are you saying? Well, you said you wanted to trade in me for Usagi's Luna and not my and your Luna. You know she's the same thing, you know. It wasn't much of an unlikeness. We would both make you say and do the same stuff. Yeah. But at the end of the day, who can say they have a talking cat that talks like the Alfred Hayes or Nigel McGuinness? Or how about Kevin Patrick? For you. Okay, whatever. As you can tell, I'm small. I'm a small one. Somehow I should be either blue or black. No one really knows. You didn't do anything wrong. And yeah, as you know, this Luna, this offshoot of me came from Pop Hero or Pop Good Doer. Yeah, you should have saw Luna in the other early days. You would just get some black cat toy, take a moon, stick it on its forehead, and there you go. Well, did I ever? But the one thing that you never said to me is you never said that my crescent moon was a bald spot. No, I didn't say that. But that's what Usagi said. I know Usagi says a lot of things that I didn't say or do. So many folks mistake me for Usagi all the time. Yeah, I wonder why. It goes, It said, when I first started out, I was lazy, and then I took on the answerable being trusted for being Sailor Moon. Later, I became Young Queen Serenity. Don, your mother knows about this? What's my mother have to know about it? My mother never knew I was Sailor Moon. I think my mother never knew I was Sailor Moon. It says, I watched better. It said, I watched it greater, so called. Someone goes, did you know that it was whoever, Chris Griffin, whoever he is? Wait, you talking over Sailor Moon? You too. I know you got your belief, your thoughts. Yeah, speaking of that, God in Jesus when God and Jesus came back, God and Jesus made me young Queen Serenity along with Darien becoming King Endymion or the King Darien or whatever you want to call him of New Heaven. One of those many entrusted folks to lord over the earth in the name and the behalf of God and Jesus. So yeah, and very few folks can say they got flown. They took of the oath of queenship or the oath of kingship by Jesus the healer, Jesus the Son, Jesus himself. But many folks always wonder, when did it happen? I don't know. Don't ask me. We need to offshoot that someday. That needs to happen. Look, Sailor Moon, look, Serena, I don't know when God and Jesus are going to do that. I don't know when they're going to make you young Queen Serenity of the Earth Kingdom or the New Earth, New Moon Kingdom or New Heaven or whatever they want to call it. If you want to know, you wonder how Luna lived so long. You would think yeah, well, I lived for a very long time. Yeah, let's just say she's got forever life. Probably lives longer than any other one. It says, hello, Sailor Moon, Dwayne, and Dad says, heck, I'm Christian believe, and I believe in Jesus. Well, I believe in God and Jesus too. I believe in God and Jesus too. That's true. But they always had to shift out, on Deacon Cloverway had to shift out the cross or whatever the board and shift it with a moon thing, but that's probably what it was. It says, I also listened to Frank C. He start getting me Boone on Los Angeles about 9 p.m. Okay. Well, Sailor Moon, what do you think about the land of Brazil? I don't know. I guess it's all right land. It's all right land, I guess. It says, look, we always look like we're crooked, but that's just the way it's being filmed. I hope you're going to clean my sandbox out. Oh, geez, Luna, I know I get around to cleaning your sandbox out. Don't say I don't clean it out. Well, you need to do that. Yeah. Luna tells me I got to clean the sandbox out. I know there's going to be other folks. So let's go talk about the other thing. Let's go talk about the other hangout that seems to befall in the Sailor Moon followership to this day. And the other thing it seems to befall the Sailor Moon followership to this day tends to be one or two things. Sailor Earth. Or, in my world, Ernest P. Worrell as Sailor Earth. And so some folks might not know who Ernest P. Worrell is. They might know who Sailor Earth is. And a big thing about everybody wanting their Sailor Earth to be the Sailor Earth. It goes, what do you think about the former four-setter Donald Trump? I don't know because I don't know. I tend to keep out of lawmaking, either in Gaver, Reich, or Oldermere. Hi, Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon, what do you think about folks? Why are you asking me that for? Okay, we're not going to go down this road. Okay, that's it. Some folks on my YouTube live stream sometimes want to get me into hang-ups. They want to ask me, what do you think about these folks? Oh, whatever. No, we're done with that. I don't know. It's like someone asked me, what do I think about black folks? What do I think about them? Well, I think that they're good. I think that a lot of them are hardworking. And I think, like everyone in this world, they were crafted in God's likeness and they got a goal. They got some kind of goal for themselves. They got a grounds to be here. And they're hardworking. And I think they're great folks. There. No, I haven't. It said, I think that Biden over Trump. So that's my thought. But then I do think that black folks are in hip hop, but my beloved songs. Oh yeah, anyone can love any kind of song, no need who you are. Very good. The funny book, the drawing book, you should read it. You got time? Well, I got all my books. I got them from Barnes and Noble starting around 23rd towards the end of 2012 YL going to 23rd between YL. So yes, I do have them. And I did read them. And I do offshoot other names. I offshoot the names that Deacon Cloverway went with. So anytime I watch something or read something, I offshoot the names from there. Oh, all kinds of songs. Mostly wrestling songs, WWE songs. That would be my kind of songs. Well, I gotta bring someone else on my show. Hold on, I gotta drink something. It never ends. Does anyone want to hear my Tracy Moore, Terry Hanks, and Linda Bellatine boys word? I used to do this all the time. Back around 2008 YL to 29 between YL, my first YouTube fairway, Sailor Moon Red. But then Lucifer kept on giving me laryngitis or speech box illness. So I just stopped doing it. But every once in a while I do it, like the Joe Flapper Luna voice. Well, this is my my take on Tracy Moore and Terry Hank and Linda Bellatine. I don't know which one I'm going as. See? It said everyone, sometimes I wish they would go by it said sometimes I wish that I could go back to my life in the Moon Kingdom. Yeah. Speaking of that, in your world, that's what they called it. They call it the Silver 100 Years. But in my world, it was called the Moon Kingdom. And sometimes I do think about going back to the Moon Kingdom, how things were when God made life not only on the earth, but also on the moon. Before I met one of Adam and Eve's last sons, which was Endymion or Darian. I know a lot of folks are going to say, oh, well, wasn't Seth the last son Adam and Eve had? Yeah, but then I guess Endymion or Darian was another one. And the whole thing was yesteryear. And sometimes and everybody always asks, they're like Sailor Moon. Who was your father in the past? Zordon of Altor, since my mother, Queen Serenity, was also from Altor before they came to the moon. They were fighting evil for many years, had their dealings with Ivanus and Queen Helena, if I can't say her name right, and also dealings with Queen Beryl, Lord Zed, and Rita Repulsa towards the end. Before my father Zordon got casted away in a time warp by Queen Beryl and Lord Zed and Rita Repulsa, and before my mother Queen Serenity gave up her life, casting Queen Beryl and all of them into the Negaverse, which that's a French borrowed word. So the English word would be Dark Kingdom. So yes, I do think about that. It said, like many kinds of songs. Yes, there's a lot of overlap between both Sailor Moon and the Power Rangers, or Sailor Moon and the Might Keepers. Gotta get someone else on my show. Someone else who a lot of folks would probably think that I was crazy for having on my show. All right, here we go. Oh, well, Sailor Moon. Well, Serena. Okay, all right, Sailor Mars. All right, Ray. So you didn't tell me you were going to have a YouTube live stream. Well, I forgot. Just like you had Grandma's cookies, ate them all, and didn't leave any for us. Well, they were for everyone, and I don't know which one's more irksome, you or Ernest, or Sailor Earth. Hey, I'm the first one you yelled at back in between 92 YL, so yeah. And I don't know which one's more irksome, you or Ernest. Well, I don't know. I don't mean to be irksome. And if I knew you wanted to have those last box of Grandma's cookies, then I wouldn't have eaten them. Yeah, you and Ernest wouldn't have eaten them. Yeah, that's right. Amy and Lita and Mina, or should we say Sailor Mercury and Sailor Jupiter and Sailor Venus, right? And Sailor, yeah, you folks, you two ate all that stuff up. still being a pig. How have you never gotten fleeter sickness? Look, I'm grateful I never got fleeter sickness. Not kind 1 or kind 2. Well, the way you eat, Serena, or Sailor Moon, that would have happened. Oh, yeah? We could say the same thing to Homer Simpson. He eats a lot more stuff than I do. We're not talking about Homer Simpson and his laziness or his klutziness. I'm talking about your laziness and your klutziness and your overeating shit. Why you gotta be mean to me? You know, Serena, you know what, Sailor Moon? I'm not as mean to you as the other Sailor Mars is to Usagi in her world. Yeah, she's more a creep than you are. It says, my beloved foe and the Sailor Fighters would have to be Mehmet. It said, Dwayne, you're doing Fago. It said, does that mean you go with the Juggalos and stuff? No, I just like Fago. I am a follower, it said, of their work. He goes on. Sadly, he died in 27 between YL. Dwayne, what's up? What's your year, if you don't mind me saying? 38. All right. God, Sailor Moon, come on. You know, one thing, you want to know how I keep these things on my head all these years? Over sticky ooze. Yeah, over sticky ooze. All right. So I hear that there's another Sailor Mars from Usagi's Sailor Moon's world that is more mean to her than I was to Serena Sailor Moon. Is that true? Do I got some double dagger in the Viz world that talks like me, walks like me, but's more of a creep? Yeah, there is. Her name is Sailor Mars. It's Ray. Only they spell it R-E-I. Yeah, misspell. Why not? Go misspell the word, the name wrong, right? Well, they misspelled the name anyway. Whatever. I'm okay. So yeah. A lot of folks wonder how do I put up with Sailor Moon all these years? How do I put up with Serena all these years? And then they're like, how then Sailor Earth comes along? And the answer would be, how do you put up with Sailor Earth all these years and put up Ernest all these years? I don't know. And now the far speaker's ringing now. Well, don't look at me. That's not me. That's not for me. I know it's not for you. Who would be calling someone like you? I don't know. It might be someone for you. It might be Chad. Chad would not be calling me right now, Sailor Moon or Serena. Yeah, I know. I'm not going to clean that out. Yeah, we're not clearing that out. That's going to stay in the film. We don't cut or skim or shift anything out of our film. So it is what it is. It goes, read out what else got to say. It said, Dwayne, well, hi. I got some Sailor Moon dolls too the other day. Cool. I'm 24. That's good to know. How do you get those dolls so clean for so many years? Sailor Moon's calling. Oh my God, Grandma, that's net ringtone. Oh, where did I get this from? We all came from Amazon. All of us. That's a lie. Because we all came from Amazon. Sailor Neptune came from eBay. And Sailor Mini Moon, well, she came from some website called Anime Toys, whatever. It's no longer around anymore. And Carrie and I, well, she came from eBay. How do I keep them good for all those years? I don't know. I'm just lucky. But Sailor Moon's things, there used to be straps. They used to keep these things on her head. And that broke back in 2012 YL. Because this offshoot of Sailor Moon, we got her back in 2008 YL. So we went through over sticky ooze. Yeah. You know who else we need, but we're never ever going to get her because he's worth way too much on eBay and way too much? Sailor Saturn. We need Sailor Saturn. We need Emerald. We need Kingling Diamond. And then I guess we would be set as far as those go. Yeah. But Sailor Moon, a lot of folks out there like to give you shit for asking about shit. Oh, is that right, huh? Well, then there's folks that like to do over chat, and folks give them gal, and folks, give them gifts and stuff there. But if I do it, that makes it wrong. Well, I didn't say it was wrong. It said, I'm also glad that I got Ray and good friends, and also that sometimes. Kind of go for that. How long had you left the Sailor Fighters for? Yeah, me and Sailor Mars are friends. We fight sometimes, but at the end of the day, we're still good friends. Yeah, me and Sailor Moon fight sometimes, but we're still good friends. How long we been fighting? Since between 92 YL. That's a long time to be fighting evil. You got something in your hair. You mean I got something in my hair? What you mean I got something in my hair? Or I can't get it out, whatever it is. Come on, get out. I don't know. It's just not coming out. Yeah. I know I got this stuff in my hair not coming out. I don't know. Yeah. All right, look. I gotta go now. Sailor Moon. I gotta go, Serena. All right, Sailor Mars. All right, Ray. I'll see you later. And I also got Queenling Serenity 2, Wicked Lady 2, and also Big Queen Barrel. Queen Barrel, whatever. It says, do you have the dolls? Do dolls have souls or minds of their own? The answer would be no. They're not living beings. They're not man like or woman like. They don't have no feelings or thoughts or moods or selves. So you already know the answer to that. And said, oh my God, such a big follower of Sailor Moon. Yes, I've only been a follower of Sailor Moon since 2008 YL. Back in the day, he only watched my show here and there when it was on UPN and WB, May Fox, I guess. USA would go through the rest of the day, wouldn't think anything of it until years later. When he ends up watching Nostalgia Craig talking about it, he goes, oh, I recall watching that. And that's how we got into it. It said, there's a man at the window. No, there's not. Those are only the Jesus dolls, or whatever you want to call them there. It goes. And it goes, yeah, yeah. It said, I thought there was someone at the window. Unless you're seeing the trees shift around, that's making you think there's someone outside. Truly, I saw the past the window. It was frightening. Well, there's nothing out there. So I don't know what you folks are seeing. It said, which one do you like the most? Are you talking about the Sailor Moon work? Well, first off, I would say that Deacon Cloverway is the one that I grew up on. So when I think of Sailor Moon, that's the one I think of. And Viz is like the third out of the three. If I can't watch the Deacon Cloverway one, then I go to the Viz one. But at the end of the day, it's going to be the Viz. It's going to be the Deacon Cloverway one because that's what I grew up on. You know. Yeah, but I don't have everyone. And unlike all the other big Sailor Moon doll gatherers, I don't got every single doll ever made by Irwin or Bandai or whatever. I'm still working on getting Sailor Saturn, but I don't think that's ever going to happen. Still working on getting Emerald and Kingling Diamond, but I don't think that's ever going to happen either. You know, which is sad. You know, they're worth a lot on eBay. And you can't really seek too many of them on Amazon as it is, and then the ones on eBay are worth a lot more there too. So one of my followers out there, one of them there. Sorry, clear my throat. So one of my followers, Sailor Moon, happened to get Sailor Moon dolls or whatever he wants to call them yesterday. So he or she might be starting doing films with them. I don't know. You know. So yes. As we also know that my show Sailor Moon Cosmo or Sailor Moon World, it comes next year. So instead of being for the 31st, it'll end up being for the 33rd, 32 Ford would be next year. A lot of folks say, what about Sailor Moon's 30th year day or Sailor Moon's 31st year day? Well, that will be next year or whatever, the year after that. And that's when that show comes out to Netflix. I don't know when. I don't know if it's going to be broken down into two halves or not. Your guess is mine. But I am going to be watching it that day and then giving my thoughts on it. You know. It said, Daffy Duck says, he's wearing your lair. How could he be wearing my lair? Someone goes, those older ones are more worth a lot. Well, they probably all are. Even the newer ones. But the ones I always like the most are the Irwin and Bandai ones. But even the newer ones that are making these days are worth a lot more too. Sailor Moon fan 100. Sorry about what I did to your word. Forgive me. But it doesn't really seem to let me undo it. There. All right, there we go. Sailor Moon fan 100 there. Now your word's been put on there. Now, before I go and end this film, I know some other folks out there are going to probably ask me, Oh, are you going to have anyone else on your YouTube live stream? I don't know. I have to think about it. You know, I started this YouTube live stream because I was in the mood of doing it. And I had to put time aside to do it. And I guess I'll probably have other folks on my YouTube live stream. We'll have to see. I'm going to get something to drink first. Folks are always asking me some crazy things on my live stream. They go, there's someone at the window. It said there's a life-size thought of Sailor Moon. It said something that would be more interesting for you. Are you talking about those big ones that you got to put together and you got to put their arms and legs in and you got to put their clothes on and all that other stuff? That seems to be like a lot of work. I like to get a doll that you're just, ready to go, like this. If it's going to be one of those ones where you got to put them all together and put all the clothes on and everything, that'd be like too much work. And those ones are worth a way lot, both on Amazon and eBay and any other interweb website you get them from. And sometimes I feel I'm not good enough when it comes to in the Sailor Moon followership on YouTube. Because there always seems to be a lot more folks on YouTube who are more good at playing Sailor Moon than me. Well, that's what I think. But it's not true, but it's just something I believe. It's just something I believe, So, yeah. I don't know if I have anyone else on my YouTube live stream before I end it. We'll have to see. But I guess it's all right. I guess I'm going to get close to the end of my YouTube live stream, but we're going to read more off stuff. It said, what is your favorite Sailor Moon filmmaker? I don't know. I don't know who my favorite filmmaker is and who my beloved filmmaker is or my beloved showrunner is. I don't know. I do not know. So your guess is good as mine. I don't have the answer to that because I don't know. So yeah, right now I got 9 watchers, 4 between thumbs up. So I gotta do here. All of them. All of the unicorns or the one horns are my beloved. That would be the answer. All of them. Well, it goes. The truth is, just between you us, are you Sailor Moon? Yes, I'm Sailor Moon. I'm Serena. Yeah. Well, Sailor Moon, it looks like Sailor Moon that we should, come. You've been doing this YouTube live stream. I've been doing it since 2. Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm on a roll. I got about 8 watchers now. 7 between thumbs up. Yeah, you did. You ever talk about something that happened to you? Something that fun folks don't know about? That didn't happen and that didn't happen? Oh, well, back around August of 27 between YL, my leg came out of the hole. And Sailor Moon was fighting the Miz at the time when my leg came out of the hole. Luckily, I had to get my leg put back in the hole and some kind of band wrapped around my leg to keep it from coming undone. You didn't know that, did you? No, because that's something that happened years later to Tuxedo Max. It didn't happen in the early days. Yeah. And believe it or not, I have been throwing roses and saying things and helping Sailor Moon out since between 92 YL. If we go, and that's a long time. Yeah, it is. And a lot of folks always, wonder, so what happened to that one follower on here that was Sailor Moon? Oh, I think he or she left. Yeah, I think he or she left. She had to go do something. They got Sailor Moon dolls? Yeah, they do now. Do you recall back when we first started our YouTube fairway back in the day, Sailor Moon Red, or Sailor Moon Red 1, or Sailor Moon's Best 1, or Sailor Moon's Best 2, or Sailor Moon on YouTube, and Sailor Moon Red 1, 2, 3, 4, Sailor Moon Tube 11, which we renamed Sailor Moon for Life. Yeah, I do, Sailor Moon. I do recall that. Back in the day, you didn't have no web shooter at all, and you had to yield, Serena, until you got your first web shooter, the HP one, back in December of 2008, while to start making your first film. Then your mistake was you said my tube instead of saying YouTube. Yeah, I know. It was my first time I ever made a film on YouTube, and I made that mistake. You know what I think, Sailor Moon, what we need to do here is, like, what do you think? What do you think? You say that you think you're not good enough when it comes to being a Sailor Moon followership. But I think you are, Sailor Moon. I think you are, Serena. I mean, you've been doing it probably longer than all those other ones. And they might have more dolls and they be more well known. But they're not doing it like you. They're not bold enough or fearless enough to do the dolls like you do. Or like what some other Sailor Moon folks on YouTube do. Yeah. It said you've been on YouTube for a long time. By the way, I was that. Well, all right. We first started. Who wants to start? Okay. All right. We started our first YouTube fairway way back in 2008 YL. It was called Sailor Moon Red. And it was around from 2008 YL to 2010 YL. Then we started getting, bullied and picked on, and then it got hacked. Then it came Sailor Moon's Red 1. Same thing, bullying. Then fake flagging started. And then there was Sailor Moon's Best 1, fake flagging again and hate. Sailor Moon's Best 2, same thing. Sailor Moon YouTube. Sailor Moon YouTube misspelled to you. Sailor Moon Red 1, 2, 3, 4, fake flagging, bullying, and hate. Then it led to Sailor Moon Tube 11, which we renamed Sailor Moon for Life, and 23rd Between YL after Sailor Moon 1, 2, 3, 4 got fake flagged. So even though we've been on YouTube for a long time, our YouTube fairway only goes back to 23rd between YL. All the other ones are dead. One got hacked. Other ones were shut down for fake flagging. Yeah, you're right. At the end of the day, that's what happened. And if it didn't happen, and we would still be working at one to this day, but it is what it is. We had no runner lead over the hacking, over the hating, over the fake flagging that befell any of our other former YouTube fairways over the years. Yes, we know all about Christopher Westland Chandler, sometimes known by Chris Chan. A lot of our haters back in the day used to say that Dwayne behaved just like him. But that was a lie. Yeah, you're you're right, Tuxedo Mask. A lot of folks back in the day also always talked about Christopher Western Chandler and say, "Oh, Dwayne, you behave like Christopher. Dwayne, you need to stop it. You're as bad as he is." But Dwayne never was guilty of any of the same behaviors or deeds that he was guilty of. But his haters used to always guilt him and say that he was like Christopher Western Chandler or whatever, and he wasn't. You know? Yeah, they were. And for a long time, they went out of their way with hate. It was, shaming, guilting, sliding, you know, oh, we're scathing you because we think you, well, we're helping you. It wasn't helping. The shaming, guilting, and sliding doesn't help anyone. They were just being bullies, hills, and creeps. That's all they were. They weren't scathing the work because they thought they weren't given their true belief about the work. They were just making fun of, bullying, picking on, scathing, shaming, and guilting. That's all they were. They weren't doing no scathing. Because if they were, they would scathe the work and be done with it. They were just being creeps, bullies, and hills. They don't know how to do scathing without making it a strike on someone. You know, and it started from 2008 YL and ended in 23rd between YL. And I know when you go on the interweb, folks are going to say when you put yourself out there, you're going to get hate. Yeah, you are going to get folks who don't like you or your work. But what you don't think you're going to get is folks wishing death on you, folks besmirching your name, folks guilting you and shaming you and slighting you for things that you didn't say or you didn't do. You know, you didn't think that. And then telling you that then saying that what you do is evil, sinful, wicked, and unlawful, but it's not. They suck. Be yourself. Be happy. Well, I forgive them for everything they said and everything they did. And I don't talk about them anymore. You know? So, anyway, if anyone knows, I keep bringing this up. If you bring it up, Sailor Moon, someone's going to scathe you for it. So they do. So they do. You know how sometimes I ask for gifts? You know? And don't get me wrong, some folks are against that kind of thing, but you got YouTube mates who have Patreon or, backer and afforder, and they get galled, and folks give them gifts all the time and on stuff. So it's the same thing here. But you don't have to give me something if you don't want to. I'm not making anyone do anything. I'm not taking the upside on anyone. And I don't make friends with anyone in true life or on the interweb just so I can get stuff from them. Because that's not me. That's what my haters would have a lot of folks believe. You know? So, like, one day, my goal is, or someone's goal is, to someday get Sailor Saturn. Either Irwin or Bandai. I don't care. Get, you got to get Kingling Diamond. and Emerald. And I guess it goes on and on and on. Don't stop there. No, I guess it doesn't, Sailor Moon. Why would folks scave you for that kind of why would they scave you for that kind of behavior? It said you could go to GoFundMe and then you could go for your doll things. Yeah, but then you see there's a hang up with that is you gotta have a banking or some kind of gal keeping. You gotta have somewhere to put that. And if you don't have one, or you don't have one, or you have one but it's not going for that particular thing, then you know how that's going to be. So let's talk about something else that someone else out there might give you. I have one, but it only goes for my SSI. That's it. That's what it all goes to handle. If I started getting gouged, from other folks for things, they'd be like, what the fuck is it? Like, they'll be like, what is this, all this other gouged coming from? And stuff like that. So, sorry, not going to work. But the funny thing is, you've got folks that go on websites like that all the time to get folks to back them up with stuff. And these are the same folks that will come and they'll say it's wrong for you to ask, wrong for you to get something. But these folks will do something like that and they're good doers or something. I don't know. It said, do you look at the dolls? No, First off, whatever you're asking, well, that's too late. All right. Someone wanted to ask me something bad. Tuxedo Max said, now they're hushed and locked. Yeah, I know, Tuxedo Max. There's just some folks on YouTube who just, they want to get you in a bind. They want to get you your warning. They want to get your first strike. They want you to say or do something so then they can go around and say, oh, someone's not following the YouTube followership oversight. Someone's not following the YouTube website oversight. Because there are folks out there that do behave like that. It said, this is my first time watching. I didn't get to you. It said, do you even do a show? I do films every day, once a day. Solo films, team films. Sometimes we do stead films or show playing or somewhere else, fighting films. We do a lot of things. But if you think that we ever leave this bedroom, think again, because we only got a reckoner. It's a laptop, a desktop, or a board top reckoner with a web shooter, and we can't go anywhere else. So, yeah, everything we do, what we can do, is a one-man show. We got no one else helping us. It's only one man here, Dwayne, does the film work, does everything else. There is no writing out anything. We don't do anything. We don't shift out the lights. We don't do any outstanding drawings or lighting work. No cleaning or cutting or skimming of anything. There are no songs or nothing. But we do shows. They might not be as good as some other folks out there who do the same thing we do, but we do shows. It said, what time do you wake up? And what time do you go to sleep? I wake up about 5 or 6. Go to sleep about 10 some nights. Unless there's 11 one night, but 10 all the other nights. Why you ask me when I go to sleep? Yeah, because the far speaker I have is not a wireless far speaker. It can make films, it can take likenesses, but the interwebs only dare to tell you how many days you have until you got to buy more days. It's not one of those ones where you can download tools and go on the interweb or anything like that. It's not a wide far speaker. So it doesn't do that. So that's why I can't do any shorts. Because it only runs off of wireless Wi-Fi speakers, and that's it. It said, then you are about what makes you upload every day. Because that's what time I chose to do it. Because when I first started doing my Sailor Moon films, I do it every day. But what happened was I picked 7, and that's the time I do it. I don't know why. Because that was the time I started doing it when I opened up this YouTube Fairway Sailor Moon Sailor Moon for Life, formerly Sailor Moon Tube 11, and that's just what time I do it. I don't know why. Back in the day, I used to do mini films a day, so I had to do mini films a day. But then I thought I did one film a day. Then I thought I get a lot of watch time, but that never seemed to happen. No, I don't have. All I got is a web shooter, and that's it. A jelly combo web shooter. That's it. I don't got any other kind of web shooter tool or anything other kind of web shooter, so no, I cannot do that. And first off, as you asked me if I do any kind of editing, French borrow word or Latin borrow word, shifting, skimming, cutting, or cleaning, I do not. I don't do anything with the lighting. I don't do anything with outstanding drawings. I don't cut things out or put things in. I don't put on songs. I don't give you beginning, middle, and end sheet. Why? The tools are too weak. They don't work. There's nothing really any outstanding with these tools. And I don't do it because I don't want to. It takes too much time. They're too hard to work. So I don't do that stuff. I don't even write out what I'm going to say. I just say it. And that might not be good enough for some folks here. Some folks out there might want someone that does all that work. But it is what it is then. It said, that's what you like about your films. You are raw and not and true. Yes, I'm raw and true. Whatever raw and true means. I mean, I am true. It's lifelike. In true life, you can't stop things from happening. You can't shift the lighting. You can't cut out things or put in things. You can't do anything. I mean, God can do all that, but he chooses not to. So many folks out there think that they got to shift their films out. Why they do it? I don't know. Because they think they have to. Some of them are mates and they run a business. In their mind, they think, I have to do all this stuff to my films. I got to put lighting in it. I have to put these outstanding drawings in it. I have to cut this out and put this in. I got to put this song in. I got to put a beginning, middle, and end sheet to my film. I got to do all this shit. Why? Who knows? They got a lot of time on their hands. They skilled the film shifting tools, whatever they might be. Great for them. You know, they might get more watch time out of doing that thing, but who really cares? Great for them then. It says, it goes, folks who do that for the sake of it, and it's not for the heart. Yeah, I guess that's true. I've been doing this for 9 years, and if I didn't like it, I wouldn't be doing it anymore. And I'm going to be, let's be earnest here. I got to get another drink. Well, when I said I'm going to be earnest with you, I do like coming on YouTube every day and making a film, whatever it might be, a film, every once in a while a live stream. It was never my goal to be a mate. It's never my goal to make a business out of it. I don't care if I never get any kind of, I don't care if I get a shirt shop. I don't care if I ever, I don't care if I ever, I don't care if I never get over talk on my shout out box. I don't care if I never ever get any businesses to back me and afford me. I don't care. I don't care about any other gifts or stuff that a YouTube mate will get. But at the end of the day, I just come on just to do it. And let's be earnest about it. I'm never going to make it. I'll never ever meet the oversight or standard of mateship anyway. And I don't give a shit. I don't care. I may never ever get one of those YouTube yearbooks that goes, Sailor Moon for life. Here's your yearbook. We're going to send it to you after we get your up-to-date mailing or sending. And we're going to talk about everything you did, starting from your first film when you said you got fake flagged back in 23rd between YL to now. I'm never going to get one of those because I'll never meet the oversight to get one of those. And I'm never going to get one of those bullshit play golden square things that are so big they end up falling off the wall and I got nowhere to put them anyway. So I don't care if I never get any of that shit. I don't care if I never have a shop to sell anything to anyone. So that's never going to happen. I don't give two shits about the YouTube mateship oversight, the YouTube boostering or showing oversight, because I'll never ever uphold those oversights because I'm never a mate, so I'm not in it. And since I'm not getting any gallop from YouTube or Google or Alphabet or whatever, I'm not answerable for any Gaver, Reich, or Aldermanier income toll. So I don't have to worry about upholding oversights. Only two. YouTube website oversight and YouTube followership oversight, and that's it. At least that shit never shifts. It says, dude said that something was editor report that their comments had made you happy. Whoever that is, I don't know. And the one little worst thing you can ever say. But anyway, I guess that's all the time for me. I don't know what else to say. I thought that I was going to get some other, some other folks. I got a lot of folks I never met before, and I might never meet again. If any of you folks choose to follow me on my YouTube fairway after this live stream, you're welcome to do that if you want to. You don't have to if you don't want to. So anyway, that's all the time for me. It said, I heard Tuxedo Mask was... No, that was never true. He was never unstraight in any of the followings. Never. Never in a Deke or Clover way, or in Viz, or in Toway. But if someone wants to make that up and wants to offshoot it in their own little thing, well, that's their own business. But it never happened. Yes, he was brainwashed by Queen Beryl, both in the Deke and the Viz offshoot, and the Toway offshoot. So those all things had that thing the same. All right, I gotta go now. Hope y'all like watching my film. Follow me if you want to. I, Sailor Moon, the fighter of love and right. And in the behalf of the moon, I will right wrongs and win over evil, which means you. See you later. And also, one little thing I gotta say, only folks that ever watched the Viz work will understand this, because it was taken out of the Deke and Cloverway work. The Moonlight is the speaker of love. Have a good day, too. Goodbye.